chair. What a gentleman.
Yeah. All
Chair,
right.
man. This chair has. Okay. Ooh. Hi,
All right, what's going on, y'all? What is going on? What is our audio coming through? Our audio is coming through internal mic, so y'all should be able to hear us just fine on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. You talk for a second so I catch my breath.
Hi,
Got into
guys.
405 for 14.
Robert thinks he's so cool. Rigel would like some attention over here. All right, so today we are going to be talking about just like overall the conferences of 2022. They were all really great, but are we also supposed to join with?
At the end.
Oh, okay. Let me grab it right real quick.
All right, so Crystal's not doing a good job of talking, so I don't have to.
My
Let's
baby's
talk.
needs are more important.
Let's talk about the conferences. So 2022, we went to, what was the first conference? We did not go to the Metabolic Health Summit because that was in May,
This
and
guy
he
was
was
being
being
born.
so we did not go there.
So we went to Ketocon.
Ketocon was our first. Was that the first
Yep.
one?
Keto
Ketocon.
Summit, Omaha.
One at a time.
Oh, we're supposed to go over each one.
Ketocon.
Okay.
What do we think?
Ketocon.
Ketocon's always great. Robin's amazing. The entire Ketocon team is amazing. This was smaller than anticipated simply because a lot of people had signed up in 2020, 2021, and then didn't cash in on their tickets. So there was, I don't remember, like quite a few people that were scheduled to go because they had purchased tickets but did not show. So it was smaller than anticipated, but still definitely the biggest conference of the year as far as size goes, for sure, that I'm aware of at least. Very great turnout, lots of great speakers. Definitely the most vendors of any conference, for sure. So if you want to see what's new and coming up in the market, from a vendor standpoint, Ketocon's probably your best bet.
So what are we going to do? We're going to talk pros and cons of each one?
Yeah, sure. Pros, cons, takeaways, things like that. Honestly, there's not a whole lot of cons. I mean, I could nitpick things for one or two, but I mean, none of the conferences that I've been to were just
none
bad.
of them were bad. The only thing about Ketocon is there's 3 different stages, and you can't always see the speaker that you want to see because you're watching someone else. So there's like the main stage, and someone's speaking there, and then there's 2 other rooms where people are speaking in smaller rooms. They're called breakout rooms, but they're in smaller rooms. So like this year, Robert was speaking while Kristen Rowell was speaking. And of course, I want to be there to support my husband, but I also would have loved to see Kristen Rowell speak as well. So that's the only thing I can think of, like Ketocon wise. You can't always see everyone, but usually they try to break them up to where it's usually pretty good. I think that I've only had 1 or 2 overlay like that.
Yeah, so that is, I mean, there's a pros and cons to everything. So like you get more speakers with the breakout main stage format. So you have more options, and options are good, but that means there's going to be some overlap and you're not going to be able to see everybody. So that's a pro and con.
It's like pick your poison. You know? Like you want more speakers.
Yeah.
You want to be able to see more people, but also, you know, you're going to also have that if you want them all in the same place, you know.
Yeah, Jay, we're going to get to your conference in a minute, man. All right, so that was Ketocon. Again, awesome, very big conference, a lot of great speakers, tons of vendors, so lots of products there, lots of great people. Plus, you're in Austin, Texas, so you get great barbecue.
Yeah,
and
there's great barbecue. There's a lot of stuff to do. There's like going to see the bats, and apparently there's some really cool like parks and water places and things like that. They've done it in the summertime every year, and this next year they're actually going to be doing it in the spring. So that'll be really nice because it won't be deathly hot.
Yes. After that, we had, what was after that?
Hard to Kill.
Hard to Kill. Keto Summit Omaha.
Keto Summit Omaha.
Rebranded as Hard to Kill. And that was great. The biggest con there was this guy named Jay Morales. He's just always up in your business. I'm just joking, Jay. I'm picking on you because you're in the chat room right now. Jay's awesome. Love him to death.
Jay and Jamie put on the conference Hard to Kill, and it is. Yeah. This was their 3rd one, and all 3 of them have been amazing. I really like this conference because it's a little bit more intimate. you actually get to have really good conversation, and they get some awesome speakers there as well. And I feel like I'm actually able to have conversation with people who have been following us, but also the other speakers, and not feel like I'm rushing from this thing to that thing to the next thing. With a lot of the other conferences, there's just so many dinners, there's so many things to attend. And with this one, like the VIP dinner and everything, it's at the same event location, which is really nice because you're not having to run around. It's literally right there, at the conference.
Yeah, and one thing I liked a lot about Hard to Kill, which they did not do in previous years, and I've honestly never seen any conference do, is so the speakers presented, and then after the speaker, was it before or after?
After.
Okay, so after the speakers presented, Jay and Jamie would like have this interview style, like you're on like a talk show or something, and they'd be sitting on a couch, and the speaker would sit down at their chair, and they would just have like a really casual conversation, like informal format, which I thought was really, really cool. I've never seen anybody do it before. If I have a conference someday, I'm probably gonna just copy that straight from Jay's book and Jamie's book. So get ready, y'all.
But seriously though, that was like one of the coolest things I did see, because one, you see these speakers on stage and you're like, oh my gosh, these big wigs, these awesome people, which they are, but you get to see them while they're speaking. You don't really get to see them just like have a conversation. So to see them on stage just having a regular conversation, and then some of the people in the audience get to ask questions, and you get to hear their direct questions. I really enjoyed the interview.
Yeah, so loved everything about that. For sure. As far as vendors go, much smaller vendor hall, and then they fix up every year. Like we had like the head stage, like Keto Brick, Live Edge Apparel had like the head stage thing for the booth. We made their shirts, which was awesome. We made Ketocon shirts too, so that was super cool for both conferences to let us do that. But yeah, just smaller vendor hall, but really good. I don't know, just like more intimate environment there because it's just smaller. And then there is like a hallway in between the vendor booth and the conferences and the speakers rather. And they really try and usher the people out of the vendor hall while the speakers are going on, so that the speakers get a full house, which I thought was also really cool.
I think that's really awesome because the speakers deserve to be listened to, first of all. But also it gives the vendors time to kind of like regroup and get things stocked up and stuff. But they have video and audio in the vendor area so that the vendors can also listen. So like our crew,
they've even got in the bathroom. You could be taking a leak.
That's true.
And
they do.
Still not miss a beat from the speaker.
Yeah. But it is really nice because as the vendors, like sometimes you just want a little bit of a break, but also you want to be listening. It's nice that they have that available too.
Yes.
What was the next one?
The next one that we went to was Keto Symposium.
Yeah, that was you.
All right, so I went to Keto Symposium, hosted by Christina Hess in New York City.
I did not go, so I don't have a say on this one.
Yeah, this was their first in-person conference. They did a virtual conference, I think, last year, the year before. This was the first one in person. My first time in New York City. This was the smallest conference for sure. There was only about 50 or 60 attendees, so much smaller than all the others. But Christina went way above and beyond. I mean, left no expenses, spared. I mean, she took really good care of the speakers, the attendees. Like, it was really, really good. Everything was very nice, well done. Like, she went above and beyond in like taking care of the flights, the hotel stays, like. From a speaker standpoint, I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have to do anything. I just said, yes, I'd love to speak. And then she took it from there. So very stress-free in that regard for sure. And then she just did a really good job at like getting everybody together, have like an intimate setting. She had like a photographer taking pictures of all the speakers. And then after the show was over, she sent the speakers all the professional photos, which I thought was really good as well.
That's good.
So that was something I'd never seen happen before. And then she had a really good variety of speakers. So I was there speaking on performance and mindset. You had a lot of people speaking on cancer research. You had people speaking on
it did seem a little bit different than all of the other conferences. A lot of the other conferences have a lot of the same type of people, but this one had some different names in it, and I appreciated that. Even though I didn't go, I still looked at the lineup.
Yeah, so really good there. And then let's see, the last one that we just got done doing last weekend was Keto Palooza, hosted by Autumn Weathers, and that was the first time that we had been to that show as well.
What was our next one? It was PhD.
That's right, totally missed that one. We didn't have a booth at that one, which is why I totally skipped it. So yeah, rewind. The Proper Human Diets, hosted by Ken and Nisha Berry. That was an awesome conference. I just forgot how many conferences we went to this year.
Yeah.
That was their first in-person event. They did a virtual one last year. This one was really cool. Also, a pretty small, intimate setting. I'm not sure how many people were there. Probably like 180 or so, I think. And they had this super cool venue. It was like
it was really nice.
I don't know what it would be. Just it's kind of like it's just a meeting, you can rent it out. I don't know what you would call it, but it was like adjacent to like this like downtown strip mall thing that was really bougie, that had restaurants in there and like crafts and a coffee shop and all that kind of stuff. And the room itself was like all windows, like big high pitched ceilings. Very cool venue. And there was only, how many speakers were there? Probably like 5 or 6 speakers, so not very many. It was a one-day event, which I thought was really cool because
a lot of them are long, several days, and sometimes it's exhausting.
Yeah, and Ken and Nisha, again, they took really good care of us. We had a really nice dinner the night before. We all enjoyed a great steak together. They took care of all of that, and we just got to catch up. It's been a long time since I've seen Ken and Nisha, so it was awesome catching up with them. Their speakers were really good, kind of more so the general population type. Their message was appealing to the general population, not overthinking macros and manipulations and stuff like that. Mostly just eating good quality foods, keeping things simple and intuitive, which I can appreciate for sure.
One thing that I really did like about that was Keto Chow sponsored the conference, and one thing that they sponsored was to have the entire conference live streamed for free.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I thought that was so cool. And another thing I really liked was that their tickets were very, very affordable, to come see these people speak. And I thought that was really cool because a lot of conferences are very expensive, especially if you want to be like a VIP and things like that. It can get really pricey. Theirs was very affordable, and the live stream is free. You guys can literally still go watch the live stream for free. Like, you can watch it now as a replay, but you guys can watch it anytime. That is cool. Yeah. To me, that means they are trying to reach the masses. They are trying to reach people, and they're not in it for the dollar, which I thought was really awesome. So way to go, Ken and Nisha and Keto Chow. And
I really liked their VIP dinner as well because it was also in the same, venue, so you didn't have to travel for that. And it was like a very, very much like an open table format. So, everybody was able to just simply chit chat. It was like lights turned down a little bit lower, candlelight setting. It was just like really relaxed, chill vibe. I think I talked with Nisha's dad for like an hour about deer hunting. So awesome event. Ken and Nisha are awesome. Everybody that spoke there is awesome. It's just really good people.
It was a really good conference.
So we got another good thing to say about that one, Proper Human Diet. And then Keto Palooza, that was the one we just came from. That was in Kentucky, hosted by Autumn Weathers.
Also another great one.
Yeah, she, shout out to them because I think all the other ones, I'm not really sure. I can't speak for sure, but I know a lot of the other ones have an event planning team. And Autumn did not. She basically enlisted the help of her husband and family, and they did everything themselves.
And they were all so kind. They were all so sweet.
Super sweet. Autumn's really good, and her husband Rich is also very cool. And they really go out of their way to make it a very relaxed, casual, like family reunion style vibe. Like we're having a potluck style dinner. We're playing bag toss, cornhole games, stuff like that.
Yeah, that was different too. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then we had the speakers. They had a karaoke, which was unique. Karaoke definitely breaks the ice and makes things more relaxed. And then we had all the speakers, and Then there was a wedding. We had a wedding at the conference, which is kind of crazy. Last year at that event, 2 of the attendees got engaged, and then this year they got married. The same 2 people got married at the
it was
event.
a surprise to everyone except for them and Autumn.
Yeah, pretty wild. And Autumn did a really great job taking care of us all. So very good. We had a booth at that one. So there was a separate room for the vendors. I don't know how many vendors. There were probably like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was great. Hungry Heath, he was there, and it was his birthday, so that was awesome too. So yeah, happy birthday to you, Hungry Heath. But I think that is all of the conferences. We had, again, from the top, Ketocon, Hard to Kill, and then we had Keto Symposium, Proper Human Diet, Keto Palooza. Is that it?
Yep.
Next year, I may be attending all 5 of those, but then also the Low Carb Denver and Metabolic Health Summit.
And the Low Carb Cruise.
And the Low Carb Cruise, yeah.
We're going to be busy next year.
8 conferences next year, potentially.
You want to take him for a minute? He's kind of crazy pants.
Yeah, can you go through some of these questions?
He's kind of a crazy pants.
Crazy.
All right, guys. All right, we're going to get to your questions and comments now. Hey, Robert, says Maxwell75.
What's up?
All right.
Is that Max?
Give me that.
Is it Max?
I don't know.
It looks like Max. You going to deer camp or squirrel camp this weekend, Max? I'm going to be at squirrel camp this weekend, Max.
Give me that.
Ziz pose.
What is that?
Oh my gosh, babe, we got to work on that.
Sorry.
Radical Geek says, hi, all, glad to hear the conference recap. Great seeing you there. You were biking. Oh, one other thing about Keto Palooza, we did like a 4.5 mile walk.
Oh, that was really cool.
Which was super, super cool. Really love that they did that.
They did like out of the normal thing. Did you say the karaoke?
Yeah.
It was like out of the norm things I thought was really cool, and they just had everyone go on a 4.5 mile walk on a Sunday, and then they had a brunch, which was really cool because it was like everyone just got to go and hang out, and then they did their closing ceremony.
Arnold Classic is March 2nd through 5th. In Columbus. We gotta go there too. What's up, y'all?
Hey,
no
gang.
breakouts. Jay, love you guys. Love you too, bro. Fireside Couch Chat.
I thought you wanted
Let's
me to go
do
to
it. Arkansas show. You got it, bro. Great to see y'all in Louisville. Thank you for the great info. Thank you. All right, hit some.
Okay.
You guys are way too nice.
Okay,
You're
maybe
nice
go
today.
through those because this is not.
All right, I'm going to go
do
through
with
these.
the
Rigel did so well at Keto Palooza.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And great
He did
seeing
do
you
pretty
too,
well.
Jen. Lisa said, enjoyed your talk at Keto Palooza when you spoke about no guilt with keto and binge purge issues. It really resonated with me. Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Glad I was able to meet y'all at PhD. Great meeting you as well. Autumn Richard and their entire family is amazing.
Yeah,
I
they
agree. Hungry Heath, hey yo, great chatting or hanging out with y'all this weekend.
Absolutely.
Rigel is a cute baby. He's
Thank
all
you.
right. Yes, cute. Did you come all the way with any ideas for future talks events? For sure we did. Will you be at Ketocon? We will 1,000% be at Ketocon. We are about an hour north of Galveston and about 15 minutes away from the hotel for the cruise.
Oh.
The warden and I will be hosting a meetup the Friday prior and I expect the 2 of you to attend. Count us in, bro.
Let me write that on my calendar because we've got to plan ahead and get down there.
We do got to plan ahead.
Okay, thoughts on curing my Hashimoto's hypothyroidism? Keto diet? ?
Yeah, I would recommend doing like an elimination style diet. So like keto carnivore would be a great place to start. Then you can kind of tweak things as needed. But a lot of like we were talking about Proper Human Diet conference. Nisha had Hashimoto's. She went carnivore and cured that.
Yep. Float the San Marcos River. Float the San Marcos River.
I'd be down to go float a river.
Left following along during hard times kill across social media.
Love following along during hard times kill. Hard times kill. Maybe hard to kill? Probably hard to kill.
Across social media.
Yeah, that makes a lot more
Okay,
sense.
yeah. Autocorrect. Hard to kill. Yep.
I figured it out before you said it, though. Rigel, my favorite one. You skipped one.
Oh,
My favorite
Rigel.
savage.
Yeah.
He is a savage. What we got? Any more questions? People jumping on?
I'm just trying to sleep without carbs. Gonna try to get
Get
tired tomorrow morning.
Yeah, make sure you're doing all the right sleep hacks. Turn down the temperature, do the mouth taping. Make sure you're getting some good sunlight first thing in the morning. Don't eat right before bed. Stay away from the blue lights before bed.
Magnesium before bed. The live stream was awesome. Yes, must re-watch, and that was of the PhD conference. How old is Rigel now? He is 4.5 months.
4.5 months.
Someone thought he was 8 months.
Keto Palooza.
Yay, Keto Palooza.
Robert, when do you start comp prep? I'm going to start competition prep probably like a week before you start competition prep. That way I look a week leaner than you, bro. No, I'll probably start 1st of April, whatever that first Monday in April is. Also, Greg, how do y'all want to do the DSK live? So we have winners for the Deeper State Keto Challenge. They're going to jump onto this live stream after the live at 5, and then we're going to talk about the winners of the Deeper State Keto Challenge. Do you just want to like have me invite you on here any minute now, or are you trying to request on here? All of the speakers you listed to this year, is there a topic or angle you think is not being talked about? I'm glad you touched on disordered eating. Dr. Tro did a really good job at the Keto Symposium talking about disordered eating. The thing that I'm not seeing talked about nearly enough is reverse dieting. So I feel like there's something sticking. Something sticking in my face. So I am trying to talk about reverse dieting a lot, eating more food. But I don't see a whole lot of other people talking about that, honestly.
I think there's a lot of individual topics that people could talk about. Like someone just asked about Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. I really think that that is something that could be talked about more. But it's like you have to specialize in that or have done it yourself in order to speak on it, if that makes sense. There's a bunch of little things like that, like sleep. You know, all of these things could be talked about, but it just really depends. I feel like a large majority of people doing keto are trying to lose weight, which is wonderful, but it's not just a weight loss lifestyle diet. That I think it's beneficial for people to hear about putting on muscle and getting, you know, as much lean mass as you can and being strong and not it all being about the weight loss. And that I think a big thing that I would like to hear people talk about is the time it takes. The time it takes for these things to happen, because people are like, do this, do that, do the other, but they're not saying, hey, this is going to probably take you years to undo, or it's going to take you a year to heal from all of this stuff before you ever lose 1 pound, etc.
By the way, Cynthia Thurlow just jumped on. She was one of the speakers at the Keto Symposium, and she did a fantastic job as well. So make sure you're following her.
Bugs. What's that going on over there?
How do I request you on here, Greg? Like, it won't let me let you on. You know how to do that?
They're on Deeper
Can you request to join? Like when we try and have you, it just says block, remove, report, unfollow.
It just wants us to get rid of you.
Yeah. What's up, Sarah? Happy to see you.
Baby boy.
Rigel. I'm a fan of reverse dieting. I talk about it in my YouTube. It's teeny tiny, so the reach is small. That and stopping the demonization of fat.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, teeny tiny, small but mighty. I wish more people talked about the mental health aspect or how to build more muscle. Yeah, I'll keep spreading the word as best I can, for sure.
Mental health aspect. I did actually have a few people come up to me and ask me at Keto Palooza about getting in the gym. There were several people that came up to me there. My turn. Hi.
All right, Greg, I am having some difficulties here. I don't know how to get you to join. How do I get? Does anybody know how I can get Greg to join? I don't know.
I think he has to request.
It says that he said he can't find an option for requesting.
Oh.
I don't know. All right, here we go. View request.
Oh.
All right, there we go.
We're joining on the Deeper State Keto on Instagram. You guys should be able to hear on YouTube and
Got my
Facebook.
bricks in the mail today. Stoked. Glad to hear that. All right. Can you hear us, Greg?
I can hear you, but I can't really see you.
All right. That's not good. So Greg can see us.
Hear us.
And Radical Geek, y'all are on, like if I'm looking at you right now, you're on YouTube and Facebook. And then I got my Instagram going over here as well. And we're going to announce the winners for the Deeper State Keto Challenge. Greg is on the Deeper State Keto profile. You hopefully can hear him, but you can't see him. So Greg, for those of you that do not know, we did a September challenge for Deeper State Keto. We had a new challenge every single week. Roger, you're going to have to zip the lip down
Can
me.
we just go?
No, don't go.
Rigel is not the winner.
Yeah, Rigel's not the winner. We had a new challenge every single week. The first challenge was, what was the first challenge, Greg? Tracking macros?
The first challenge was tracking a week of macros. You got it?
Yep. And then the second week was getting 15,000 steps a day.
You got it? Yep.
And then the third challenge was identifying quote unquote healthy foods that are not actually healthy and then pointing out why.
Yep.
And then the fourth and final challenge was logging training volume for a week. Each week's challenge.
Yep. So we had a full month of challenges.
Yeah, each week's challenge had a winner. You know, for the first week, there was a winner with a prize. Rigel, but Nigel, can you like stick him on a boob or something?
Oh, he doesn't really stuck on a boob.
Anyways, a new challenge for each week, a new winner for each week, and then we're announcing the fourth week winner, or we're announcing the overall winner right now.
Yep. Yeah, so we only had 7 total challengers who completed all 4 challenges back to back to back, all 7 days of all 4 weeks of the entire month. So we'll be drawing the grand prize winner out of those 7. And they're going to be winning a prize pack from Kinetic Ketone Energy Drink, also a prize from Redmond Real Salt, also a copy of Robert's Ketogenic Bodybuilding book,
Hardcover.
a week's supply of keto bricks, and a month of free one-on-one coaching with one of us DSK coaches of your choice.
Yes, pretty hefty prizes, I'd say for sure.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
And the grand prize winner, just for those of you on YouTube and Facebook that didn't catch that, there was a winner for each weekly challenge, and the people that did all 4 challenges were in the drawing for the grand prize. And then that is who Greg is about to find right now, right, Greg?
Yeah. Can you guys see me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody can hear us over Rigel.
You guys are kind of like blurred out, so I don't know how it's going through, if it's properly posting to the DSK page at all. But if you guys can hear me and see me, I'm going to flip my screen around. If I can do that. Let's see. Okay. So we had 7 qualified challengers for the grand prize. Those are the 7 right there. And what we're going to do is shuffle this little list up. It's going to change our little wheel here, and we're going to give it a spin.
Boom, 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 boom.
Spinning the wheel.
Okay, there is our grand prize winner. We are going to shoot you a message shortly. Keep an eye on your inbox, and we'll get some details from you so we can get some prizes out your direction.
Midlife with Shannon.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, huge shout out to everybody that participated in the challenges. Some of the challenges were no joke, like 15,000 steps a day, tracking everything. I mean, some of those are pretty intensive challenges. So kudos to all y'all that participated. Kudos to all y'all that completed all 4 weeks, and congrats to Midlife with Shannon for the grand finale. By golly.
All right. Nice job, guys. I'm going to hop off here, and I'm going to shoot her a message.
All right. Appreciate you, Greg. Appreciate you, Jim.
Yep. Appreciate you guys.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So that's a wrap on the Deeper State Keto Challenge, and we are 30 minutes deep in the live at 5, and Rigel is berserk.
Losing his marbles.
So we're gonna call it a day. We will see y'all next time. We're gonna be leaving for California next week, next Tuesday. Not really sure what's going to happen with the Live at 5 next week, but we will be sure to let y'all know. We may do it, we may not. Don't know. It's up in the air. But
next week we should be on.
Should be on. So, love y'all. Catch you later. Ta-ta, toodaloo. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.